everybody. Happy Thursday. This week is flying by. I have had the busiest week. I have gotten so much accomplished, but it is going by so fast. I can't even believe it. It's flying by. But anyway, so today what I'm wanting to do, I've had this for like a year and a half or 2 years. Listen, I don't know how long, but I've had it a while. I've been wanting to use it. I just hadn't done it. And so as I was in here the other day in my craft room, which I finally cleaned up and got ready to roll, it was a nightmare in here and I could not stand it. I could not handle it. You couldn't see the floor. You couldn't see anything. I cleaned it. I spent all last weekend hours in here cleaning and finally got it really good. And so I was like, let's craft with some of this stuff that I have. And so I'm finally going to use this. We're going to make a spring wreath. It's one of the 18 by 18 wood bead wreaths from Hobby Lobby. They're $14.99, but you can get them for half off and 40% off at different times. So it only ends up being maybe like $8. And it's just a really good form to work with. I've actually never worked with it before, but I think it's a good, good one to work with. I've seen a lot of other people do it. And then if y'all saw my Dollar General haul not too long ago, I showed you that I got a lot of faux greenery from the Dollar General store, okay? The DG. And so what I was thinking is to arrange it somewhat like this. Now I'm gonna mess around with it, but I'm thinking I wanna put that on the side just like this and then wrap some greenery wire around it and adhere it to, like, you know, attach it here to the beaded wreath form. This is just my goal and what I got in mind. And then I've got this little thin piece of wood. It's not wood, actually. Well, maybe it's very thin wood. It came in a pack of something from Hobby Lobby years ago. I just keep everything like this for these very moments. And then lay it across the center. This is my goal. And kind of do it sideways after I've painted it white and done a whitewash. And then write the word hello in my paint pen, okay? That's my goal today. We will see. And then I've got some different, I've got this that I thought I might want to use. It's like some ribbon. I thought it might look good kind of wrapped around, but we'll see how that goes. And we'll just see what happens. So I think it's going to be really cute. I'm just excited to be doing a craft. Like, this is like, yes, my jam. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and paint this first so it has time to be drying, okay? I'm using a chip brush for this, just a little old chip brush. And I'm gonna barely put any paint on it. And I know you can't see real good because this is so big, so it fills up the screen. But all I'm gonna do, how many games of Yahtzee did, let me tell you that, just 1 second. So I'm putting this on here and all I'm doing is just kinda, I'm gonna do a whitewash look, okay? I'm not trying to get it totally covered, but I definitely want it pretty good. I'm just gonna do with my chip brush. This works good for stuff like this where you're doing like a whitewash look. And then I'm gonna dip it in my water just a teeny tiny bit to kind of get it to spread a little better. And then it's gonna be really cute. This is very thin, doesn't take a lot, but the water definitely helps it to spread a little more evenly. So it looks like this. It looks like this, and this is perfect because it is supposed to be seen through. It's not supposed to be a stark white. So it's just like this. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to the side so it can be drying. And then we'll start messing around with our greenery. Now, I'll go ahead and put it all together. That way you can see. I just had it laid out so I could kind of get a good idea of it. Like I said, all this greenery, it came from Dollar General. Like, it's not expensive greenery. They were like $1 each or so. I've taken all the tags off. But listen, this is not expensive greenery, okay? Now, I'm not a wreath maker. I don't sell wreaths. I don't make wreaths. This is not like my forte. I'm not trying to teach you how to make wreaths. I just think that this is gonna be really cute and I like doing stuff like this, okay? What I'm gonna do for this, since I want the greenery at the top and the bottom, is I've got 2 of each except for this one. I've only got 1 of these, but I've got 2 of these, so I'm gonna do them like this. That way one's on the top and one's on the bottom, and then I've got 2 of these, so I'm gonna do the same thing, 1 on top, one on bottom where it's like this, okay? That way when it lays here, it looks, it kind of goes both ways. Now for this one, because it's got the little metal springs in them, I'm just gonna, not metal springs, y'all know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna kind of hold it down. That way we got a couple at the top and a couple at the bottom. That way it looks like two pieces even though it's one, okay? So we're gonna lay that here, and then we've got our piece like this. But what I'm doing right now is just taking some of my greenery wire and wrapping it around the center really, really well so that it does not, it's just this is the thin wire. I wish I had bigger wire, but I've got thin wire. I do have some of these that I might use. I don't think it's gonna work for this. They're stem wires. That's not really what those are for. So it's gonna take quite a bit of this to wrap around because the wire itself, let me go ahead and cut some more of it, is very thin, okay? So I'm just wrapping it really, really, really good. And then I'm also gonna wrap some ribbon around it too. But if you are doing this, I highly recommend you get a thicker wire than this. I do have thicker wire, but it is not green. And I really wanted green because I just wanted it to blend better. So that's why I'm doing that. So this is like a tedious part, but it's very important because obviously you want to keep your stems secure. Okay, so see the wire. We got the wire right here. So now that we've got the wire wrapped around this, we can adhere it to our wreath form. And I'm just gonna lay it. I want it on the left side, and so I know it's not the same for here, but I want it on the left side, so I'm just laying it on the left side. That way it looks like this, okay? It's gonna look like this, and then we're gonna wrap wire around the stem and right here in between where we can get through a bead. That way it'll stick to it. And then after that, I'm gonna take some of this that's also from Hobby Lobby from forever ago, and we're gonna wrap it around too so that it looks good. And then this is already dried, so I will write the word hello on this because I painted it, and I'm gonna write that with my paint pen and adhere that, and then it should be done. So we are close, okay? Close. We are close to being done already. This is just really, oops. This is just really easy. In my mind, it's really cute, so hope it is. And I'm also, to make my wire a little bit thicker, which I should have done earlier, and I was doing it a little bit, but I didn't tell you that. I am kind of layering it up, okay? So I'm gonna put it right here in the middle, and then I'm gonna wrap it around one of the pieces. Do you see this? How there is wire on the other side, and I'm gonna have to just wrap it, and then I can position it, okay? And I'm probably gonna have to do it in more than one spot. That way it doesn't just, you know, go all over the place. But we're using plenty of wire because I want it to stick. And if I really like this, when I'm done, I might put it on my front door, but the thing is I have double doors, and so I would have to make two. So if I really like it, I might make another one. I just don't know if it'll stand out on my front door the way it is. So if not, I'm gonna just put it in my house somewhere. Or I might send it to one of y'all. I just like to make things, so maybe I'll send it to one of y'all, I don't know. All right, so here it is like this. Like I said, it's a little bit flimsy, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach it down here just a little bit too. Isn't the wooden wreath so cute? Yes, it is from, hey, I've seen these at Dollar General too for $5, smaller ones. I have. So if you want to do a smaller one, check there. And I've seen them at a lot of other places too, but that's the cheapest I've seen them is at Dollar General. But this one is from Hobby Lobby. And honestly, it wasn't much more expensive. It was maybe $8 or $9 on sale. So you really cannot beat that. That was still a great price for this big wreath because it is big and the beads are really thick. Okay, so let me get this just to get it to stay. I'm just gonna wrap it a little bit more down here. And then after this, it should be really good to go. So I'm not gonna do as much wire down here at the bottom, but see, it's very good, very secure right here. Now, obviously right here, we're definitely gonna put this in the center, but we're not ready for that yet because you're still gonna see the wire and the stems, and that's not something that we want. So we are going to take some ribbon. You can take any ribbon. This is just what I have that I think blends good. So this right here is from Hobby Lobby. It's really fun, really natural. And so I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna get my scissors and cut some. I'm gonna get a big piece to start with. Okay, so I'm gonna get like a long piece like this. Shoot. And then I am just gonna start with one side and just start wrapping it around. I'm trying to just kind of camouflage it. Anybody can do this, y'all, for real. This doesn't take any talent at all. This size of this bead hoop is 18 by 18, but you could definitely do a smaller version. Okay, so this is what it looks like wrapped around. Now I have to see how it added a lot. Like it covers up the stems and it covers up the wire. So how pretty is that? Okay, so I'm gonna take just a little bit of hot glue and I'm gonna just dab it so that I can attach my ribbon. Okay, so let me move it over here where you can see. So this is where the ribbon ended. So I'm just gonna do a line right here and lay the ribbon down and try not to burn myself. If you do much crafting, you know it does not feel good to burn yourself. Oh my gosh, it hurts like crazy. And I burn myself all the time because no, I don't use finger protectors. Look at this. This is looking fantastic, or I think it is. I really, really think it is. And what we can do, and I was gonna do this at the end, but we will mess around with our greenery. We will fluff it. We will make sure it's sticking out right and all those things. So I'm gonna move this to the side real quick. I'm gonna bring it back in a minute. But right now, I wanna take our little piece of wood. Somebody said it's balsam wood. It's just a very, very thin piece, but you can use a thicker piece too. This is just what I had and it was the right size. So it was like this at the beginning. I took my chip brush. If you're just joining, I took my little chip brush, put a little water on my chip brush, got a little white paint, kind of did a whitewash look, okay? This is a paint pen from Dollar General, y'all. And the thing is done, but it looks like this says painters, okay? And it comes in different colors. So I'm gonna write the word hello, okay? Now, some of y'all are like, that's where you lost me. I'm not a good writer. I can't do that kind of stuff. That's fine. You don't even have to write anything. You can even buy a pre-made little sign to stick right in the middle. You don't have to make your own. You can buy a little sign from somewhere, Hobby Lobby, wherever. Or if you're like me and you enjoy making your own, you can do that. Or use a stencil. Or write a word using little Scrabble tiles. You could totally do that. I mean, you could do a million things. Get big letters and kind of attach it and make it say hello or whatever. But I'm just going to write it. So I'm just going to start. Hopefully it writes good. It's kind of hard to write on. And I'm sorry, I stick my tongue out. So hello. Now I'm gonna shade this in and make it better. But I was off to a rough start when I started this. So I'm gonna add to it and kind of thicken it up in the places that I want it thicker. Okay. Mostly downstrokes, but I'm not a professional at all. This is just my handwriting. I always had good handwriting, I guess. I've always gotten penmanship stuff. So this is just how I write, and I doodle all the time. And that's what I tell my daughter, because she's like, I want to be able to write like you. I said, you've got to practice. Like, I doodle everything. I handwrite everything. I love to just do that, and I've done that my whole life. And then you just get better and better with time as you do that. So, let me see if that looks okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay. So I just wanted this to be one that I wrote. And like I said, I may give this to one of y'all, so make sure you share, okay? I know it is. It's backwards for y'all. And this top part is wanting to act up. So let me shape that up a little bit. This This might be one big H by the time it's said and done, because it keeps wanting to bleed. Okay. So, hello, and I know every time I pull it up, I notice imperfections, but it's just because it's bleeding, so it's just part of it. It's fine. Okay. But here we are right here. Let me flip it so that you can see. It's hard for me to do these lives like this with it flipped. That's why I don't do it flipped, because it's really hard for me, because when it's flipped perfect for you, it's not for me, and it makes it hard. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more to thicken this up, but this paint pen is bleeding a little bit, which I don't like. So it just says hello, that's all. I just thought that was a very easy word to use, okay? So there we go. Now, let's get my wreath back over here. Now, before I do anything with the sign, I wanna mess around with it. I wanna kinda turn and get all my greenery to how I want it to look. And so, because it's got wire in it, you can play with it pretty easy and kind of make it, you know, stand out. You can tuck stuff in where you need it to. And I'm telling you, this Dollar General greenery, man, it's actually pretty. I did have it all in this vase. Sitting here in my craft room, I had it all in the vase and it looked really pretty. So even if you don't make something like this, you could totally do that. Okay, so I've got it where I think I like it. I did lose one of these in the process, so if I ever want to add it back, I will. But now I am going to, now this wood is a little bit warped, so it's kind of like this. It did that when I painted it and got water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just stick it straight down in the center, and we'll see what it looks like, okay? Hopefully it works. I'm just gonna add a lot of hot glue because it is really, really, really gonna have to stick. But I'll just do this first to get it to lay down. It may even be easier if you used one that you've already, that's pre-done, that doesn't bow up like that. Yeah, a big fat Sharpie will work just fine. I've got several colors of paint pens. I could have definitely done this black with a Sharpie though, absolutely. You do not have to have a paint pen if you're using black, because a Sharpie does work really well. Okay, now I got plenty of glue, but it's actually sticking. This may not be the very best sign on it, but it gives you a good idea of a way to make one of these that's really pretty. So even if my sign is not the very best, you still got the point of what I'm doing here. Okay, so let me see what this looks like to me before I show it to you. So I've got to get some of this stuff out. And you can add color and all that if you want to, but this is what it looks like. How cute is that? That's really, really cute. I am not over the top about this sign. I think I would definitely want to do a different sign. And if I give this away to y'all, take this off if you want to, because you probably will, and put a bigger sign. In fact, I think it needs a little bit of a bigger sign, because this space is a little bigger than what I had realized. I have to get way back so you can even see this. But I will definitely show an up close picture when we're done. But it is a very, very cute idea. I'm not crazy, like I said. In fact, I think I just want to take it off because I don't even like that. I think the hello looked pretty. The sign itself's okay. So I think as far as the inside goes, I just didn't think it looked good. So here is this. This is what it looks like. And we will keep messing with this. And obviously when you, oh shoot, I just tore this off. Let me put that back on. Oops, it just popped off like nothing. You'll mess with it yourself when you make one. Oh, I put the, no, that was right, okay. Anyway, let me just get this back on there. So what I might do is get a different sign or make a different sign at some point, but I still think this was a great tutorial to kind of show you how to do something like this. And you can add flowers. Tulips would be perfect for this. So add some tulips for color if you want to, or you can just keep it green for year round. But this is really, really, really Easy, cute, and then you can do whatever kind of sign you want in the middle. Or you don't have to do a sign. You could do a really cute bow. You can use ribbon and make a really cute bow in the center, or you can buy a bow. You don't have to make your own. There's lots of different things that you can do, but I just think it turned out super cute. I will show y'all a picture of it up close so you can see it better, since it's so big and it's hard to fit inside the screen. But I hope you enjoyed this. I think it really honestly turned out just like I was hoping, except for the sign. The sign was a bit of a fail on my part. Just because it bowed up and it was a little bit smaller than I wanted to. Turn it the other way. Well, I'm wanting it on this side. So this is my left. It may not be showing that way for you, but I wanted it on the left. All you have to do if you want it on the other side is do this. So you can do it however you want, because that's the good thing about a round wreath. So I may add to it a little bit, I may not, but I will 100% show y'all whatever I do. More than anything, lives like this is not to do this to have exactly what I got, but it's just to like open your mind to things that you can do. Like you're gonna mess with it and make it your own. You're gonna use your own greenery, your own flowers, your own ribbon, but it just gives you ideas. And that's what I'm here for, is just to try to get your juices flowing, get your imagination flowing, and just inspire. It's not to teach you to do exactly what I'm doing, because, you know, that'd be boring if we were all doing the same exact thing. So, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for being here. Make sure you sprinkled the video, and I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Bye, guys.